The Greens deputy leader says their vote's held up. She seems quite happy with their vote. They've lost at least 3, if not 4 seats in the lower house.
Well, it's pretty hard to see that they have a reason for any joy arising out of this election. The Greens political party, I think, lost their way during the last term. They held up important legislation. How do you hold up legislation to have more public housing, to have emergency accommodation for women and children escaping domestic violence? That was held up for month after month after month. How do you hold up environmental protections as well?
A lot of people saw them as extremists too on Middle East issues.
Well, I think for
promoting the protests and so on.
Well, the senator that you refer to, came to demonstrations outside my office. Australians know that the Australian government is not responsible for what has occurred in the Middle East. And I think some of the opportunism that was there, that demonstration outside my electorate office turned off my local community. I tell you, there were people I ran into who were like, why on earth are people blockading people from getting help on health, on Medicare, on social security, with Centrelink, on migration, but they couldn't get through because you had this demonstration outside the office affecting my workers who are public servants who deserve respect, and importantly as well, my constituents deserve respect and deserve the right to be able to go to their local member to seek support without putting up with the abuse that occurred. And I find it incredible that someone who's an elected office holder in the Senate thought it was appropriate to attend those meetings.
With success, it brings expectations, and the factions, obviously, you've got more seats in the caucus and people want to have different representation. How do you manage it without animosity building? Is that possible?
We have.
Because the Victorian right wants another spot, and then one of the Labor right. I can't see you dropping Chris Bowen or Jason Clare or one of those people who played a big role in the campaign. It's not going to happen, is it?
Look, we have a process and we'll work it through. The important thing is, and something that I'm sure every member of our caucus will be cognisant of, for most of the 125 years since Federation, we've sat at the other end of the corridor in the old place in the opposition party room. Government brings with it responsibility. And no individual is greater than the collective, and that includes myself. And we need to approach this term with humility to make sure that we deliver on the commitments that we made to the Australian people, but also that we operate in a way which shows solidarity. I kind of hoped for more support from my ministers, from my caucus over the 6 years that I've been Labor leader. And that has enabled me to really focus outward. And that's when you're successful. When you're focused inwards, the electorate will mark you down. And I can see that emerging in the coalition. I think a whole lot of the lessons for the coalition about their internal focus. They had some level of unity, but that was on the basis of not having any policy debate that was developed. The nuclear plan, Matt Canavan, I don't agree with him on many things, but I agree with him that the nuclear plan was about their internals and about getting through the fact that they have climate skeptics who say it's not happening, right through to people who do understand that there's a need for action and an opportunity.